Coed Brennin on the e-bike. So this time last year I was here. I'd ridden Coed Brennin on the second day. I'd gone to Dovey Bike Park for the first time the day before, so I've been here on the hardtail. It was kind of a short day. It was absolutely freezing cold, hammering it down with freezing rain. So I only ended up doing the blue, and then when I was on the blue, my chain snapped, so that was pretty much the end of the day. So today, we're here, been for a bit of a mountain walk this morning, but I am going to do this red trek. I can't pronounce it, so if anybody actually knows how to say it, feel free to correct me if I say it wrong at some point in this ride. So off we go, starting out on eco, see how it feels. So I am following this orangey coloured squirrel sign. I've got some new handlebars on here. The ones that came with the bike are pretty flat. Didn't really like them, so I've gone back to some of the nuke-proof bars. And I have nuke-proof bars on all my other bikes, so this should feel pretty normal. Definitely e-bike climbing, which is cool. I looked at this when I came before last year on the hardtail and thought, no, this climb. So the e-bike is perfect for it by the looks of things. Just gone past the first checkpoint, so at the moment still following the same route as what the other red bit and the Dragon's Back, which has black stuff come off it, that part too. So I guess we all share the same climb, because I've gone past Pete as well, who, like I said, is doing that shorter part of the red to start with, and he's on the same bit too, so I guess it just kind of shares everything to start off with, which is kind of cool. But it does make me wonder where you actually split off, but we'll find out. Definitely take you, or would have taken me, a long time on the Scout, which I actually do have with me in the van, ready for Monday, but I did elect to use the e-bike today, which was definitely a good choice after the last couple of days. I'm starting to get to grips with using the boost, because I was getting the gears right but the boost wrong, which meant some of these techie sections were really hard. I'm not saying they're easy now, but at least I'm prepared when something suddenly starts going uphill and rough. At another signpost, so we are following this one. So I've done the part before with the blue where I split off there. Not sure what that one is. I think that is the colour of the shorter red, which for some reason is not red, but then I suppose that's orange, so it's not really red either, but that's the shorter red version. So we're going to head up this way. Getting pretty warm. My face is freezing, my hands are cold, but I'm wearing a jumper, and anybody who knows me knows I hate wearing anything but a t-shirt, but because it's so cold I put a jumper on, but I regret it now. But then on the other hand, I am working pretty hard, and I could work less hard if I wanted to. So I nearly ended up going the wrong way there, because there was a group of people having a break, and they had put their bike right over the sign of what the trail said, which would have been slightly problematic. But luckily I actually remembered what colour I was supposed to be following and had the good sense to turn around and go and look at that signpost. This bit is new now, so the blue's gone the opposite way, and now we're coming up the hill up the fire road, so something a bit different. Not mine, that's a horsey orange. Learn how to balance and ride no-handed. Seems to be a lot easier on the e-bike. Must be the way the bike's balanced compared to the other bikes. But anyway, I thought this was a good time to practice. I am going the right way because I just pedal back to see if I was right or not. And I think that's a signpost up there, so I really could have just gone on a little bit further and I would have found it. Okay, a bit of downhill, following the squirrel. Is it a squirrel or is it a fox? It's a fox. Oh, well, I've been thinking it was a squirrel for most of the time around here, but it's not been that long that I thought it was a squirrel, so... I'm really interested to see how quickly I get around this, because I imagine the times predicted would be on non-electric bikes, so straight away I've got a massive advantage because I've got it in trail mode and I've been going around at somewhere between 11 and 15 miles per hour on the pedally and uphill sections, so that's a hell of a lot quicker than what you'd be doing on an analog bike. And then you've got the descending as well, and I'm not hanging about on that either, which makes me think perhaps I could have done the black without having to really push it, but never mind, we're here now, and still gives me the option to go and do something else afterwards. And going down the hill again. So I just did a fairly long fire road climb, a bit boring, so I didn't turn the camera on, nothing to see. So they've done a lot of cutting down around here. This bit is a bit wetter and a bit more slippery than the other parts that we've been on so far, but nothing untoward really. Oh, she says. Oh, more punches. Climb again. That's the thing with these sections, they're not just downhill bits, they all involve a bit of up, bit of down, so it's good practice for me with the boost on this bike to get used to that. Oh, I claimed another victim. Thanks for watching this video so far. I really hope you're enjoying my little explore of Coed, Brennin. If you do like my videos and you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel for more actions, loads of different locations, e-bike, jump bike, hardtail, enduro bike and racing. And even more, if you could give me a like on this video and some of my others, it would be really, really appreciated. And so this time, instead of my little orange route with the fox makes sense, I suppose, because it's orange, orangey coloured fox. Anyway, so instead of I'm following around with the black and the red, the full red, so the dragon's back, this time going around with the blue before we split off again into different directions. I seem to remember this bit. Definitely didn't go as fast up it last time I was here. Thank you very much, e-bike, for the assistance. So I've got a little bit confused now, because although I've been diligently following the fox, I hadn't paid attention to the names of the individual sections. Now I've come to a bit that I feel like I've done before, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have. And the problem with that is, if it's the bit that I think it is, it might take me all the way around again, which I don't really want to go all the way around again. And I was before following a bit of Fire Road, which I know takes you back to the visitor centre, because I went that way when I snapped my chain before. So a bit stuffed. Mileage wise, I think I've still got some to go, so maybe this is the correct way, but I may end up being trapped going around it again. Elected to go up this, which I think is going up this again, but I can't go back, as I said, so we might as well practice some techie climbing, even if it's the second time I've done it. And I'm sure at some point I'll find a section where there will be a sign that will say about the visitor centre, and then I can pop back there and pick another trail to do. Going to have to do a little bit of an explore, because I'm going to get trapped in exactly the same loop, which I don't want to be. So I'm going to go up here and follow the signs for MBR and Beast and see where that takes me. I think I have corrected myself. So I've come to a sign. So it's got MBR, which is a long route, which I wasn't going to do, so I wasn't going to do a long route. The Dragon's Back and the Beast, which again were a long route, which I wasn't going to do, but here I am. And the one that Pete's doing, that is a very Welsh pronunciation, and I can't say it. Anyway, come to a point where the trails start from here. So you've got two different bits here. You've got beginning of the end inbound, so I'm guessing towards the end of these routes, taking us back to the visitor centre where we started from, or you've got the outbound, so I'm guessing this is going to take you out and take you back along these routes, or a continuation of, depending where you started. So we're not going to take that one because I don't want to go that way, but I do want to try and get back, so we're going to take this down. Some guys went down before me, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a gap, and then we'll start heading down that section. Off we go. This bit seems fun. Pleased to be on something like this for a bit, because I have just done a lot of fire road or similar, and that wasn't really fun. But also, of course, I was worried they got like mega lost, which actually I haven't. So happy with that. Oh no!
You're right there, Dan.
Thanks. Thank you. Good use of the boost there for me. Happy with that. Normally I get the boost wrong. And I didn't want to show myself up either in front of those people who weren't able to get over it, so it's always good. So in hindsight, I could have actually done, oh look, it's Pete! Yeah, well I got lost. Bit higgledy-piggledy down here. So this should be the trail back to the end. So I added a little bit extra. To my right, but it was alright actually, and those black bits were quite fun. Oh, that bit there was not obvious that was even the trail. I guess people have gone round, tried to make their own routes around it to avoid that bit and created some other bits. Okay, don't want to go down that because that is going the wrong direction. So, Pete's on his way. I can hear his bike squeaking. He's on his Trek today rather than his orange, and the Trek has a very distinctive squeak about it these days. The end. Definitely be back here again. In hindsight, could have done the black easy, could have done the Dragon's Back easy in the time that I had. So next time I come, I'll go straight into one of those, do that whole loop on the e-bike obviously, because that's the bit that adds the actual speed. And yeah, come back here for some more fun days. One of the things I did think when I was going around, there was a couple of flat sections, and I was pedalling flat out, and there I was thinking this is sort of where the e-bike is a bit of a hindrance, because every time I got over 15 miles an hour the motor cuts out, so then it feels like someone's put the brakes on. So although I was still getting to 17, 18 miles per hour, it was an awful lot more effort than if I'd have gone on a full out sprint on my non-electric bikes. So it would be interesting to compare those sections between when I was on the Scout and when I was on the e-bike today. Although I'd have to take into account that on the Scout, by that particular point in the trail, I would have been more tired than what I was by riding the e-bike, so that will probably still affect the overall speed.